Here is Abel Murrieta, a candidate for local office in the Mexican municipality of Cajeme. Crime was his number 1 issue.
Basta que las drogas nos roben a nuestros jóvenes y destruyan nuestras familias. Soy un hombre de ley y voy a poner orden. A mí no me tiembla la mano. Yo no tengo miedo.
But just one day after filming this ad, he was dead. Shot and killed May 13th in broad daylight on a busy street while handing out campaign flyers. State authorities say Murrieta was deliberately targeted, but don't know by whom. Suspects or not, though, it's just further proof that in Mexico, politics can be deadly. From September of last year through May 24th, at least 87 politicians or candidates have been killed, according to Mexican consulting firm Edelect Consultores. They're a part of the more than 564 politicians or candidates overall that have been targeted by some sort of crime, ranging from murder to assault to threats, the firm says. The government says it believes both numbers are actually far lower, though they don't say how they tallied their numbers. But still, it admits there's a problem. It's a difficult time for these campaigns, says Mexico's president. We're going to keep protecting them. Though Mexico has consistently failed to protect its candidates. Political assassinations have been a problem for decades, but this year is particularly bad.
I do think that this is going to be considered one of the most violent elections in Mexican history.
Security experts like Ana Maria Salazar says politicians are killed for a number of reasons, but it most often involves organized crime. In many cases, she says criminal groups want their preferred candidate in office, and so they might target others they don't like, especially candidates who make crime a centerpiece of their campaigns.
Candidates that talk the way Abel Murrieta or speak clearly are going to run bigger risks.
Murrieta was known for challenging criminal groups and drug cartels. As a private lawyer, he was also representing the Lebarons, an outspoken family with dual U.S.-Mexico citizenship that lost 9 of its members when they were murdered by suspected cartel members in Mexico in late 2019. Adrian Lebaron tweeted shortly after Murrieta was killed, saying in part, quote, "They have killed my defender. What do we call this? The rule of law?"
Do you believe he was killed because of his opposition to the cartels?
Yes. He was always exposing them. To me, he died a martyr.
Authorities have not identified any suspects or motive in Murrieta's murder, but the victim seemed to know he was at risk, saying this a few days before he died.
Yo voy en serio y también voy sin miedo. Para poder hacer esto, tienes que estar muy consciente de lo que vas y no tener miedo.
He went on to say the streets belong to the people, not to criminals. And some of those people turned up here, to his funeral in Cajeme. They gave him a standing ovation as his coffin was let out.
And right after our story finished up last night, after we published it, John, we got word that a candidate for mayor in a small town in the state of Guanajuato, well, she had been gunned down, killed at her own campaign event there. That means at least 88 politicians have been killed in this election season with about 10 days left of campaigning to go.